Good afternoon, this is Melissa with the StockSwoosh.com, and today I am reviewing the market. If you have been watching my market videos for the last 2 months, you will know that I have been anticipating a red bar like today for weeks, okay? I really got to give myself credit for this one because I wasn't sucked up into thinking we were going higher like the rest of the world was. I really tried every single day to look with a fine-tooth comb with what the price action was with the market and what we were doing, not to just get sucked into thinking like everybody else we're going higher just because a SPY was, because I didn't read it this way. I read it the way that the market was bearish. That's how I read the whole thing. I never read that we were bullish. I said, fine, if we're going to go higher, we'll do it. Where's the power? Where's the power? Where's the green? Where's the buying? I never saw it. I even said in my room today, we need to continue green, a second green day to continue higher, but I still think, I still think we're only going back up here for a rally back up into resistance. Then we opened this morning. As soon as we opened, I knew that we were coming in. I did not know we would have this big of a day. The FOMC minutes were out this afternoon. I thought we'd come into here. Okay, we just dropped into the close. And by the way, we're lower tomorrow, despite this huge bar today. We're either going to gap down, okay, tomorrow, and then we're either going to fall, or we're gonna gap down into it and fall into it and then rally. Or if we open anywhere in here, it's most likely going to be in here that we open. If we don't gap down here, there, then we're going to continue into here. Either way, we see this number tomorrow. 66.50, 66.60 will be in the trading day sometime tomorrow. So just because we had this big bar doesn't mean that we're not going to continue. We are going to continue. I'm just so, I didn't give myself a hand. I'm giving myself a hand right here because I read the market correctly ever since the beginning of this year. I was never sucked up into thinking we were going higher in this thing, despite the fact that everybody else thought we were higher, despite the way the SPY was trained, despite the moving averages being curved up, everything that was happening. I looked at this as neutral, and every time I studied it, I said, we can't go higher. We can't go higher. We tried. We can't. No follow through. Not 2 green bars ever trading in a row in this entire last 6 weeks. We can't even get 2 solid green bars. No solid green bars. Huge red bar here. Reversal, but no follow through. Gap up, no follow through. Gap up, no follow through. Buy setup, no follow through. Crappy buy setup here. It's red. Buy setup that's red, no follow through. Doji bars all. This is a straight line of trading. This is a flat line, it can't move. I said if we were going higher, we had to gap. Gap up and trade, full swing above this. Or gap down, although I did say all along that if we came in, I thought we came in and trading it by trading down red as far as coming in, and that's what we did today, and we will see this 200. I'm sure of it. I had this number on my radar all the way back in here, and 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 in here. I haven't written it down for a while. I got to memorize those. 65.70. Boop. There it is. Really, just called it so well. Go back and look at my videos if you don't believe me. People in my room know the way I've been calling this, so just got to be in my room to see it. High of yesterday was 68.26. We opened today. We couldn't get above it. We couldn't get a penny above it. 68.25. There was never a reason to go long today. Not one single reason to go long today. You never should have taken a long today. Not in the market. Not in the market. Not in the market. This is a terrible long. Why would you go long this after this number here and we couldn't get over it this morning? Right on the open. We couldn't get over it. In fact, let's just go look at the 1-minute chart. And I knew this morning at 9:30 we weren't going higher. Of course, I play bearish gaps. That's what I teach in a class I do. I honestly think the most important, valuable thing that anyone can get from being in my trading room or taking my gap class is the sophisticated way that I read charts. And I taught it to myself, okay? I look at so much more than just buy setups and sell setups and really just these trend type of things because the trend changes and you got to get it right. And if you're an intraday trader, you got to read these things specifically and you got to be good, okay? You really got to be good. So this was the close of yesterday. And here was the open today. 9:30. So if you weren't sure, if you didn't see this here, if you didn't get this, okay, if you didn't get this, if you weren't in my room, if you didn't get this, this didn't click for you, you should have known here. 9:35 is a reversal time, and the market did a 1-minute sell setup. Fell. And did another one again here into the next reversal time here, okay, into 10 o'clock, and it dropped, okay? So the bottom line is there were so many different clues and signals for you to number one, not go long today, and number two, to sure that the market was coming in. I did not forecast this deep pull in red power trending sell-off all day, although the numbers were there to get to at some point. But once the market started falling, it's just true of anything else. It just capitulates. Capitulates, and that's what happened here. Got a little wiggly jiggly here at 2 o'clock with the minutes. Actually, it held a number, it looks like. Boy, the market traded so nice today. Look at that. This was the minutes that came out. It acted wiggly jiggly and did this big topping tail / bottoming tail in one bar. But you know what? It went right up to a number here. Actually just went boop right up to that resistance level and came slapped back right down in and fell off a cliff. Sometimes when the minutes happen, it goes one direction, another direction, another direction. Today it just went one direction hard and had no retracement at all, and we are lower tomorrow. So where are we going with this thing now? Let's just kind of regroup. We're going to see this number tomorrow. Okay, fine. Now, then what? Then probably what's going to happen after we fall in here is the market's going to try to recover again, but not be able to. And then eventually, maybe next week, we'll see down here, which is where I've been looking at for a while. And this is so bearish, what's been happening. I've been saying all this time it's bearish. Ever since this happened here, I've been saying bearish, 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 bearish. Nobody was believing me. I think the people in my trading room believe me because they see me make calls and they're so accurate, and they just, you know, I think the people in my trading room believe me. But they may not even believe me all the time because they know that I like to be bearish. But I was being accurate with the numbers with the market. I was really going to give the market a chance to rally if it wanted to. My call for this morning was that we would carry through green because it looked like it might work. But I knew as soon as we opened, we weren't going to do it. See, that's the difference. You have a bias, have the numbers figured out, have if it does this, it does this, if it does that, it does that. But don't be so hard and fast on your bias that if the stock or the market trades into something immediately to show you that it's not going to work, be off of it then, or change what you think immediately. Don't ignore the numbers. Like I thought the market was going to carry through today. All right, I really thought that it was going to, but it didn't. And how did I know that? I knew that actually I knew that a couple minutes before the open. Because a couple of minutes before the open, we did try to break over the high in a way that I thought, gosh, you know, we should have done it. But then as soon as we opened it and didn't get over it, I knew it in the first 5 minutes of the day. The market's like gaps. You can kind of tell what it's going to do in the first 5 minutes of the day. In the first 5 to 15 minutes of the day, you can tell what the market's going to do for the day, just like you can tell with gaps. That's the beautiful thing about learning how to read pricing in charts. So as soon as we didn't go higher, in the first minute of the day, that I knew that we were lower. Even though I thought there was a chance we could carry through, but then we just didn't want to do it. And we didn't want to do it immediately. We didn't want to do it immediately. There was never a reason to buy in here because of that. Okay? And not only that, we should have carried through because we've barely gone anywhere. We can't even get anywhere. Let's just go somewhere if there's buying in it, but there isn't buying in the market, and I've been saying that for the last 2 months. Okay. This is sophisticated chart reading, and I really think that if you want to become a successful trader for life, you need to learn how to do this stuff. This is just, you've got to. You've really, really got to. Because otherwise you're relying on indicators and buy setups and sell setups and squiggly jiggly lines all over the place that change and move and wiggle and jiggle based on what? The price. Got to read the price, got to read the specifics, got to read the numbers, got to know the numbers, got to see what's going on, got to read it in real time, got to have a bias and flip it immediately if it does something that you show it's not going to do. I was talking about this in the room the other day, and I said, you know what? I love it when I can tell right away at 8 o'clock when I know it's going to work on the day in a gap. However, if there's a bunch of things to look at and nothing's screaming, yes, 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 terrific. The great thing is I know when something opens and starts to trade that I will be able to tell as soon as I watch it trade what it's going to do. And that's a good thing, okay? So if you're not sure to read it before it happens, which you can get good at doing, whether it's a stock or the market, have everything set out, have everything situated, and watch it when it trades. As soon as it does, you'll know what to do. As soon as it does, you'll know what to do. As soon as this sell-off started happening in here, let's go back. Immediately swiping out that bar from the rally into yesterday, I don't know why anyone would have thought we were gonna be green today. And if you didn't catch it here, you absolutely have to catch it here by this time, which was 10:45. Okay, and the first target was a 200, but we just ran right past that into this 11:30 hour. And then there was no stopping the market, because once the selling starts to come in, it just can barely get a lift. Barely got a lift here, just power trended all day down. It's been wanting to fall. You know, the way I'm reading this, the way I'm looking at this today, like, oh my gosh, please just fall already. That's kind of what this is. It's like this bar was a happy bar today, because this market's been wanting to fall for a while. It's been trying so bad. Hold me up. These squiggly little tails here, like they're barely hanging on here, like they're losing their balance. They wanted to fall. All of these people have lost their balance. Finally, just, I can't take it anymore. I'm exhausted. Please just go red already. And that's how I'm reading it. Like, all these people are, this is a tightrope. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. This is like a tightrope. It's like all these people are on the tightrope. Look how many people are on this tightrope. It's too heavy now. They're going to fall off. And that's what happened today, and more are going to fall off. Okay, this is a tightrope. It's a string now. It's ready to break. It broke through some of it today. There's people hanging on to the next tightrope here, but it's going to break even more. And then we'll see where we go. This is Melissa with the StockSwoosh.com. If you're interested in more information or would like to take my upcoming class, which is this weekend, on wealth manifestation, I am doing a trading psychology class. Trading psychology, how your mind works in trading, is so important. So important. It's one of the most important things of the top 10 things you need to be a successful trader is your mental state. And I'm doing a class this weekend on it, and I'm offering a free month in the room. So if you're interested, contact me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. You can sign up until Saturday, and the class is the 24th. It's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Feel free to contact me if you're interested. The price of the class is $350, and you get a month free for March in the trading room, and you would see me make these calls live. So join me. It'd be great to have you. Contact me if you're interested at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. Thank you, and have a great night.